Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zaina. If you're new here, if you're not new here, welcome back and thanks for tuning in again. I talk about all things books, lifestyle, and just a little bit of everything in between. Today, we're going to be focusing on my May book reading recap. We're going to talk about like a little bit of what I struggled with, what I loved. It was all about the thrillers. The thrillers. Let's dive right in. This month, I surprised myself. I read 6 books this month. That is my top of my highest of month so far. So we're gonna keep that ball rolling. I did a lot of psychological thrillers this month, and that's kind of what I've been like very much so stuck on. So I've got my little cliff notes right here. I am gonna kind of go back and forth between them. So the first book that I read this month was The Coworker by Freida McFadden. I would grade this one a 3 out of 10. I really didn't like the ending, to be honest. I kind of struggled getting through this book. This was definitely one of the ones I struggled getting through because I just felt like it was like the main character between like Dawn and Natalie. It was just like kind of like imaginary beef, and you couldn't tell who was like really telling the truth. Basically, kind of went into like revenge. And so, which I loved. I didn't love it, but I don't know. It was just interesting to me. Um, there was just a lot of things that I had questions about that left me off in the ending, like Tara's body. Like the detective didn't look anywhere else really. He kind of just like pointed right at Natalie, and I didn't really like that because I was like, okay, you read some like emails, but one person saying this and the other person saying that, and then like I feel like no one was kind of really being straight. So, and then I was just so confused by the ending. Like the ending really threw me for a loop, and I was like, what the heck is happening? So yeah, so just had a lot more questions that that book left me off on. I would have probably wanted a follow up or more of the epilogue. The second book I read was The Housemaid's Watching. I finished off, that's also by Freida McFadden. I finished off that series of The Housemaid. So this one was, I give it a 3.5. The second one, The Housemaid's Secret, was still that's my all time favorite for the three out of the three books. Um, I kind of really just wanted to finish the series. I just like I struggled to get through this book as well. I liked that it fast forwarded like 14 years from the previous book, so you got to kind of see like that Millie kind of got the house, the love, like all that type of stuff that she was kind of talking about like in the beginning of the series, the family. So I really did like that. I kind of thought it was going to take a little bit of a turn. It kind of came up, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to go down this road or not." So it was just interest. That was just kind of interesting to me. I would have liked a little bit more of the POVs from other characters, like specifically the neighbor across the street. If she, I kind of would have gotten her POV throughout the book, or even at the end of like the epilogue to kind of see. I mean, it all made sense, but I would just like to have known like why did like the neighbor not like the other neighbor, the one that was like across the street that was always staring at everybody's lawns and stuff. I also really loved Yeda's point of view at the very, very end. That was 10 out of 10. I really liked how she did switch it to there. But I think I would have liked a little bit more, even if she did just a little bit throughout the book, or like kind of gave not every character, but like something else from one of the other characters. In the third book of the month was The Family Experiment by John Mars. This is part of his one universe. So I'm slowly making my way through that. This one, 4 out of 5. This was crazy. Like this one showed you what people really do to have families and like what the depths they will go to have families. So this one's basically about like these few families. These I think it was 6 in total were selected to go onto a TV show where they basically went into the metaverse and they were raising this imaginary child from like an infant to 18 years old in the span of 9 months. And basically it was like a popularity competition. Um, the book, I think chapter one just started off crazy. You were like just stunned. This was one that I don't think I really put down. I can be honest to say I think it it was very hard for me to like want to like put the book down or like walk away from it. It's like super funny to me because I feel like when most TV shows like they have to throw like crazy curveballs to the characters and like try to get them to get voted off the show or get kicked off the show. Like no, I think everyone really the people who got kicked off the show really did it themselves and it was just kind of like all right, like it kind of made sense. It was something that I just thought was like super funny and like just still like intriguing. Loved it. The fourth book, we're going back to Miss Freida with Never Lie. This one was a 4.5. This one was about a family, or no, excuse me, a couple, not a family, a couple that was house hunting and they were recently married and so they were just like coming across like this off-market house and then it was all to their perfect needs. Which it was, but it wasn't. So like crazy plot twists, like the main characters had been connected to each other and they're all connected to the doctor's house that used to be there. She like disappeared and so when in reality they all knew she was dead, but one of the main characters tries to sit there and tries to piece together all of these tapes that the doctor, she was a psychiatrist and so the doctor was filming or recording each session and so the main character went in and just basically tried to piece everything together and just the plot twist was flippin' insane. um, Very good ending. It was, I would probably, I said a four, I said 4.5 out of 5. I'd probably give that a 5. I did finish it within like a day and a half, maybe 2 days. So it was definitely another one where I could not put it down. And then coming up on number 5 is The Boyfriend by Miss Freida. Again, I rated this one a 3 out of 5. It was okay. It just kind of like for me, I kind of already guessed what the plot was. There was a little bit of a twist to it, but like the two main characters that were tied together, I kind of knew it from the beginning that I was like, oh, this is like it just makes sense. One thing I really did like about this book is that we got 2 point of views. I absolutely love when we get 2 point of views. So we got point of views of the female main character and of the male main character. And it was kind of for the male main character, it was like explaining everything that happened in his childhood to realize why he was the way he was now. But it's all just about like finding love in like the big city. And then finishing off with Ward D by Freida McFadden. This one I was rushed to finish it because I had to return it to the library. So I don't think I probably could have enjoyed it as much as I wanted to, but I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I think I wanted just a little bit more action. Like I feel like everything kind of crazy happened in like the last 2 chapters. So I was just like I wanted a little bit more there. But other than that, it was like it was decent. It was just like it left me with a couple questions like is the main character like the main character kind of threw a little curve, very much plot twist at the end and it was just like yeah, okay, bye. So I would have wanted her epilogue to be just a little bit longer or adding that into the chapter and then giving us an epilogue at the end. Um, but yeah, there's something like, ooh, kind of like mysterious, like you can never really trust their reality. Friday. So finishing off, I wanted to just talk about my TBR. Honestly, if you watched last month's video, my TBR just has shrunk a little bit. I am still having the same books. I haven't added anything new. I'm trying to behave. That's going to change, obviously, as I make my way through. We only have 5 books this month. Last month I read 6, so hopefully we can, add some more in there. I think I'm going to switch by the end of summer, switch over to kind of like murder mysteries again. So that's why I'm kind of saving No Escape. I'm going to try to save this one to the end so it can give me like a little preview. But thank you guys for tuning in again this month for my recap. We're going to try to do these every month and obviously add in a little bit of spice of everything else in there. I hope to see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.